All right, Themba. How's it feel here at the red carpet at the World MMA Awards? How excited are you to be here?
I'm super excited to be here. Thinking of it a few years ago when I started this sport, I was a gardener. Then I started working as a security guard, trying to make means and try to pay for my bills so that I can continue with this sport. I was working as a security guard at a Pick and Pay in Cape Town, and I would sneak in the counter for magazines and look at this magazine, Fighters Only magazine, as a security guard, while the boss was not seeing me, and I would always wish one day I would be in the magazine, in the local shows. That was in EFC, Fighters Only magazine, EFC back in South Africa, and to just feature in the magazine was a dream for me. Unfortunately, the first feature I had in the magazine was me losing to Ivor Peterson as an amateur. And it was not a good thing, but I was in the magazine and it was a blessing for me to be there. And from where I come from, to be here right now in Las Vegas, it's a dream come true, and this is God's work. It's not my work, it's not my doing. I might have worked hard to be in this position, but there's something that are not just you, and you must know it's always the man above.
So when you started to go down that MMA path, did people think you were crazy? Like people around you, that did they really understand what you were going for? Or?
My cousins thought I was crazy. My cousins thought in the beginning, because I didn't bring money home because I was an amateur. I fought 3 years as an amateur. Sometimes I would borrow money from them to pay for my rent and to just move by, get by. And they would think that, maybe I have a spirit of being poor, and they didn't understand why was I doing this. And I also the dream was just to become a champion on a local show and one day come here and become a champion in the UFC, which is still the goal, and I believe it's gonna happen. So yeah, man, like anything in life that is great, you start with people calling you crazy, and when it makes sense, everybody will jump on it. Some will critique, some will get jealousy, but it is what it is. It's life,
And you obviously had a very successful career before the UFC. Then you get in it. Then you've even blown up further with everything that's gone on with The Rock. How has your life changed since that experience with Dwayne Johnson?
Yeah, so basically I was a champion in South Africa in EFC, and it was I'm very grateful, like people would think that, I'm not grateful of the path that I have walked, I'm very grateful of the path that I've walked, and every journey led to be here right now. So whatever happened that it led me to be broke on that day, it was a blessing, because you know what, I could have asked my manager for money and he could have given me in the blink of an eye, but I didn't, because I thought to myself, I don't want to be a burden to anybody. I'm gonna go out there, win this fight, get a bonus, and then I'll post my $7 in the morning and my $50,000 at night. Unfortunately, I didn't get the bonus. I won the fight and I shared my story, because it was still a win for me, and I wanted to inspire people. So yeah, man, that's what it's all about at the end of the day, inspiring people. For me, especially the kids from Africa that come from the same background as I come from, that were orphaned at a very young age, that didn't have rich parents, that didn't have parents, that didn't have the degree, that didn't have anything to go. That is called the norm in Africa, like you have to have a degree, get a degree and get a job. That's what's called the norm there, and that's what is called success there. And I want to give hope to those kind of kids, because we cannot be good at everything. Maybe some are good at fighting, so maybe they'll choose this path because of me.
Honestly, probably that was the best part about everything that happened with The Rock, right? The platform that he's on to be able to kind of spread that message. Do you stay in touch with him at all? Have you talked to him at all recently?
Yeah, I speak to DJ often, every time I speak to him, sometimes because he is a late night guy, he would message me in the middle of the night sometimes, and it's tricky because then I want to go train straight away, because the energy that he gives me every time he messages me or call me or whatsoever, I feel very energized, because I know that I have to make him proud. He's already proud of what I have done, what I do, but it's that extra energy that he gives me every time he messages me, and the support that he has given me, man. He's given me a head start in the United States of America, which is a great country, and my dream is to give somebody a head start in America from Africa. And until I achieve that, I'm not done.
You talked about fighting for EFC in South Africa. Dana White's talked for a while now about the UFC going there. Would you recommend that as the place that they go? Is there another country you feel like would make the most sense?
Yeah, man. In terms of infrastructure, South Africa is the best country for UFC to go to. Would I love to fight there? I fought there a lot, man. I fought there a lot, and I would like to fight somewhere else in Africa. My pick, I would like to fight in Rwanda, in Kigali Arena. Maybe one day headline a fight night there, and then eventually, if my country builds an arena, fight in Zimbabwe.
Appreciate the time, Themba.